It's about time we had the preseason all Big 12 defensive lineman with us on BYUSN. Tyler Batty is with us from Las Vegas. Tyler, welcome to Media Days yet again.
Thanks, guys.
Does the preseason kind of clout change the mindset a little bit? Does it give you a little bit more confidence going into it?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, I just want to play some football, man.
I feel that.
I love that
I respect it. A number of people have mentioned specifically, Tyler, that you look very different physically, even from last year to this year. So let's cast a spotlight on that. What's gone into your preparation in getting you to a point where you feel stronger and faster and healthier than you have in a while?
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's been a multitude of things. I think, one, our new strength staff, having a full offseason with them, with Coach Phyllis and his staff. They're top tier. I think across the board as a team, we've gotten bigger, faster, stronger. They've been super detailed in their approach. And so, having them, and then just kind of from the lessons we learned from last season of you just got to be ready to, play 12 weeks of football, day in, day out, just competing. And so that was definitely my approach in the offseason, was just trying to, the same thing, get bigger, faster, stronger, get things down technically, position-wise. So it's been a really good offseason for us.
As a D end, I've always felt like you needed to have a little crazy in you. Okay, you need to have like a little screw loose. Every DN that I know has a little bit of a screw loose. I'm assuming you watched a lot of pro ball. Is there anybody you kind of look to or look to emulate your game after, or your attitude as a defensive end?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I look like Myles Garrett, right? Like Myles Garrett is
definitely has a screw loose.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like he's like the epitome of a DN, in like my book. He's like a JJ Watt type.
Right.
I grew up watching like JJ Watt. Like that was my guy growing up that I watched. And you look at someone like Myles Garrett, and he's like, yeah, like I would love to play like that. Do I have all like the freakishness of Myles Garrett? No. Like, will I ever? Probably not. But like if I can, try to emulate some of that, I'll definitely try to. If I can be as big as him and maybe as strong as him, that's part of it. If I can be as like relentless as Max Crosby, you know what I mean? I love the way like Max Crosby plays the game. Sitting on their home field. No, seriously, but like I love Max Crosby, and I freaking love the way he plays the game, and like I do try to emulate like a big part of how I play. It's already natural, like that. I just love playing, no holds barred, just like going, right? Just, no breaks, just going. And then, I look at someone else like Nick Bosa, who's like really detailed in his approach, very methodical, and is a technician. If I can kind of combine like those three dudes into one, like that is who I'm trying to be as a defensive end.
Tyler Batty is on BYU Sports Nation. Let's go back to just the defensive line specifically, because, Jay Hill has been very open about the need to create more chaos, more disruption, to get after the quarterback. And it's not just as simple as like, well, you need more sacks. Like, it's not about that. It's more disruption and chaos plays. So why do you feel like BYU, or how do you feel like BYU specifically has taken a step in the right direction as a position group to do that in an even stronger conference?
Yeah, absolutely. I think across the board, I think you look at our defensive line, and we will start, like our starting lineup of defensive linemen will be all seniors. You know what I mean? You look at me and Isaiah Banya, Logan Latui, right? Those are your three defensive ends. You look interior at John Nelson and Blake Mangelson. John and Blake have both played interior and outside. I've both played interior and outside. And so you just look at the kind of the breadth of experience there. And then two, this offseason that we've had has been awesome for development, right? The coaching that we've had, from Coach Puha right on the interior, from Coach Papinga on the outside, from Coach Anderson, and he's been kind of hanging around and consulting has been awesome. I've learned a ton from him. And then like we talked about before, just getting bigger, faster, stronger. Another year in the scheme and just ability to execute at a high level. All those I think are going to come together really nicely to allow us to kind of create constant havoc, hopefully. Like that's what we want.
Havoc, disruption, chaos, all of those words are acceptable.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't want peace. I want problems always. You know what I mean?
You got to have it as a defense, right? Especially with the guys in the box, man, right? And especially against the athletes that you're going to be going up against, right? I mean, spoke with Jalen Daniels, some of the other elite quarterbacks that are in this league that are obviously able to make plays with their arm, but can make plays on the ground with their feet as well. Is there anybody in the conference that you're kind of like licking your chops to go after? I know, J.J. Watt loved going up against Peyton every single game, right? Every 2 times a year.
Yeah.
Anybody that falls in that category in the Big 12?
There's a lot of guys, right? So, you look at a guy like JD, right, out there at Kansas. And, when he played us last year, like, he was super, super elusive. Like, he scrambling out of the pocket. He was a really hard guy to contain. Then you look at UCF's
KJ Jefferson.
New quarterback, right? KJ Jefferson. This is the 3rd time we have played KJ, right? We played him twice at Arkansas, once at home, once there. So with KJ, we're 1-1, and KJ's a good quarterback. You know what I mean? He really is. He's a big boy. He's hard to bring down. In our first matchup with them, that was something we struggled with, was getting him down to the ground. And so I think we have guys like them, whether they're big and strong and solid or whether they're just super elusive and hard to get a hold of. I think honestly the quarterback play in the Big 12 is really broad in how people are going to play it. We'll have our pocket passers, we'll have our dual threats, but overall it's going to be a fun challenge to get after them.
What about those quarterbacks that may have specifically said they're going to whoop our butts or may have called out BYU, I don't know, within the last 24 hours?
I'm not ringing any bells.
No?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Maybe that one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
We're excited, man. We're stoked to have the rivalry game back. Like, we are stoked to have the rivalry game back. Super excited, to be able to play Utah again. I was born in Utah, raised in Utah.
So you get the rivalry.
Yeah, got recruited by both BYU and Utah. You know what I mean? Get the rivalry. Love the rivalry. I wish this was a game that happened every year, and now that we're in the Big 12, it will. And so I'm super stoked for that rivalry game, and we'll just see. That's the great thing about football is you go out and you play and you just see what happens.
What fuels you the most, Tyler? Is it last year's? I'm going to give you some options. Is it last year's 5-game losing streak to end the season? You can finish 5-7. Go to a bowl game, so you're going to sit on that. Is it locker room material that is offered from certain teams, or maybe even the media when BYU's picked to finish 13th? Like what? How would you rank which of those things motivate you the most, or maybe it's something entirely different?
There's a lot of different motivations for me. At the end of the day, it's just I love playing football, right? And I just love playing football. I love being out on the field. Like there's no better feeling. Like there's no better feeling than being out on the field. And so for me, that's number one. Number two, is kind of the disgust that we were left with after last season. Like you get done and you don't have another opportunity, at least immediately, to change things, right? It's just like, you went 5-7 and you have to sit all off season on that. And that is what you think about. And you think about the missed sacks and the missed tackles and the missed picks, the missed assignments, and the little details of each and every game that could have changed the outcome of that game. And you think about it all off season because you don't have an opportunity to rectify it until the following fall. And so that is a big motivation because, collectively as a team, we let ourselves down. I think we let our fans down. And I think we underperformed in a big way. And so we are really stoked just to be able to, again, show what BYU football is all about, you know what I mean? And show that we're, that we love ball, which we do. We have a locker room full of guys that just love playing football and they're motivated by that and taking care of each other and they want to win, right? And so we're really excited for the season.
One of the things that we talked about with Kalani when he was here on set was just about the overall attitude of the team, the difference from last year to this year, the sense of accountability. Do you notice that difference from last year to this year?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would even say we've taken huge strides in that in the past 3 months. I think back to where we were at in spring ball, and where we were at spring ball versus the season, right? I think there have been just really big steps in a lot of different areas, accountability being one of them, and just guys wanting to do things the right way and do it for the right reasons, and just kind of finding that identity, and guys kind of bonding and just like wanting to do it right, like really being invested heavily in each other and in the team, the program, and wanting to win, right? And so, this offseason has been awesome for us.
Tyler Batty is on BYU Sports Nation. I have to ask you, because you are a preseason All Big 12 conference guy, with the EA Sports College Football 25 setup behind us, what are you hoping your rating is?
So we saw our ratings.
Oh, you
today.
saw it.
Yeah.
Do we agree with the rating?
Yes. Yeah. So it was 84.
Okay.
84
has great significance for BYU football national championship.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
84 is pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. It's not bad. Not bad.
We could do better.
We could do better. Well, my speed was a 76, so clearly, like, I need to get with Austin here. We need to get after it, bro, because my speed was kind of abysmal. So
you don't want to get with me. I think I was like a 74, bro.
Yeah, so that's I've got to get the speed thing going.
Okay.
Got to get that up. Awareness, was the highest. Had a 90 overall on awareness. So that wasn't bad.
High IQ, kind of goes along similar lines. Yeah.
So we'll take that. But that 84. Hopefully we can bump it.
Okay.
Hopefully they release some live updates and we can kind of bump that up throughout the season.
I think that needs to happen.
Yeah.
I love it.
That needs to happen. Oh, Tyler,
You're
great
99
stuff.
in our book, Tyler.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
We appreciate it, brother. Thanks.